on 1395, Adelaide's 5AA. This is Driving with Dixon.
That it is. Welcome along to Driving with Dixon, Wednesday nights here on 5AA, all thanks to Louver House, the leaders in transforming your outdoor space into a great entertainment area with an opening and closing roof. Sam Daddow alongside Charlie Dixon himself. And Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, mate. How are we?
Good. What's been going on?
Oh, not a whole lot.
Yeah, fair.
As we know, we've been training, but that's about it to this point. No, well, I did have a decent weekend. I mean, I think Zagami, they felt sorry for me, so they gave me a Bentley Bentayga over the weekend, which was the long wheelbase, and it was a 4-seater. So I had my partner's parents here, and
really impressing.
Yeah, really trying to impress. So first time meeting them, and we took them down to the Barossa and went to Seppsfield, and then went to Char Grill, and then sort of took the long way home, and it had massage seats and heated seats, and I mean it was very cold over the weekend, so we kind of needed
bit of extra warmth.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, which was great. That was probably the highlight of the weekend. Not much else was sort of good over the weekend. But hey,
what was the Bentley like?
Oh, it was unreal.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the sport mode. It's it's so big. It looks
they're massive.
It'd nearly be 4 ton, but V8 twin turbo and gets moving like ridiculous too, which it was great. So I had it from Saturday morning and then gave it back Monday and jumped back in the XR6.
What was that like, jumping back into that?
Pretty dismal because of how cold it's been, and then it doesn't have a heater, so I've got to put the aircon on to like defog the mirror, and and to get the heater working, you got to pull the dash completely out of that.
It's only for a few months.
Yeah, well that's it. You know,
it's not like you live in the hills or anything. And it's cold.
Exactly, where it's cold. But hey, the shed, I do have the shed where I park them in there, so I don't have to defog, which is great. But Loretta's heaters, top notch.
Yep.
So, which is great, which is what we love. But that's what's been going on lately over the last couple of days. But at the moment, I'm just training.
Got another cruise set for this weekend?
I'm going to have to do something. Actually, we might be doing something for. There is a question which I'll touch on later. Yep. So, but let's get into some racing.
Yeah, Formula One happened again over in Spain.
Here he is, Max Verstappen, out of the final corner for the final time. He's been pushed all the way, but Max Verstappen wins once again in Formula One and takes the checkered flag in Spain. Hurried home by Lando Norris, who takes second place, 2.2 seconds at the checkered flag. Lewis Hamilton is about to climb on a Formula One podium for the first time this year, and there won't be much between 4th and 5th over the line, but it will be George Russell who keeps the Ferrari at bay by 0.3 of a second.
Now, I'm normally pretty good keeping up with Formula One races. Didn't catch a second of it on the weekend. How'd it go?
Well, I just watched the highlights pretty much, as you do, and considering what time and all that sort of jazz that's on, but from what we saw, Lando had the fastest car out there. He was on pole. It's his actual first pole, I think, ever.
Ooh, maybe
keep not.
Talking, I might do some fact checking.
You know, look it up, Jabo. Well, that's what they were carrying on about. Well, that's what I thought I heard. But anyway, obviously Max won and wins again.
No, he just always wins.
And
it's crazy how in the history of Formula One, there's always one dominant person who, for a few years.
One dominant team.
Schumacher, Vettel, Lewis, Max. It's just unreal.
And well, is it the new rules that come in next year?
Year after. 26.
26, so everyone's same pace. It's like same spending, or what? Is that what it is?
They're still trying to cost cap everything. The engines are changing again for the first time in a while, trying to make them cheaper.
Go back to V8s and V10s?
No. Just bring back the V8 that revs to about 19,000, please.
Yes, exactly.
That's what made it good.
The shifting down gears for downforce, like Red Bull was using it. I'll find a clip where it sounds like that.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
It's like a Tyrannosaurus Rex or something.
That was Lando Norris' second career pole.
Second, all right. So someone else got it wrong, not me. And Lewis Hamilton back on the podium, which like to see that their cars are getting competitive again. So which is good because you want other people sort of competitive and going. But he's going to Ferrari, and
that's going to be huge.
6th and 7th, I think. No, 5th and 6th.
Yep, Charles 5th, Carlos 6th. Yep.
Yeah. and George we finished fourth, which we love, because we don't want to see smug George on the podium.
There's just something about him.
I know, punchable lid for mine. And then our Aussies finished 7th. Oscar finished 7th. He wasn't too happy with his drive.
I wouldn't be if your teammate's second.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, like if there's pace in one car, then why isn't it in yours? You know, so. And then our boy Danny Rick finished 15th, but he did finish in front of his teammate.
A lap down, though.
Yeah. He still finished in front of his teammate.
100%.
Which is what we love. And we're still fighting the good fight.
Yeah, trying.
So we still love him. We got your back, Danny. So give us a shout out every now and then if you want.
Come on the show, mate.
We'll get you on the show. But yeah, so that's pretty much Formula One. I mean,
nothing changes.
Nothing changes, I guess. It's like in between second to, you know, in the top 10, everyone's just racing for points.
Yep.
So, which is a bit boring.
Yeah.
You know, like when the people put like the tape over Max.
Yeah, exactly. The race for first.
Yeah, on the TV. Yeah. Anyway,
it's funny because every year, obviously, when the season kicks off, everyone's hopeful. Everyone's hoping it mixes up, and then by about this time of the year, I'm always thinking, "All right, yeah, Max is winning. Okay, yeah, I'm probably not going to watch as many races now."
Yeah,
at same time every year.
Exactly. Not sure what else other racing was on, but that was the main stuff that we caught. But I wanted to talk about a new car that's been sort of popping up on my feed lately, and it is the new GTD Mustang. Has been popping up everywhere lately. So, and I've done a little bit of research on it. My goodness, this thing's ridiculous. So it's a 5.2 litre supercharged transaxle, 800 horsepower, 190 mile per hour plus, targeting a sub-second Nürburgring monster. And I've just been watching clips of it sort of flog around the Nürburgring, and it sounds amazing. And all the suspension and everything, it's like the new GT40 that they brought out. So like where it lowers, the suspension lowers so when you're going to go on the track and all that sort of stuff. And it was, I think it was built for the GT class from what I've seen. And then one of the head honchos at Ford come across and go, we need to build a street car for that. Right. Which is what we love. Like you want to, you know, like we said last week,
yep.
You know, win on Sunday, buy on Monday.
Yep.
That's what you want. You know, like this is a GTD is what they call it, but it's a GT car. So like the Carrera Cup, Porsche cars, and then like all the GT cars. Well, I know they're like a ridiculous sort of price tag, but that's sort of like this is what you sort of want. They claim it's competing against the GT3 RS, which is an outrageous call because that car is like a second off the actual GT3 Cup car in a road car, which is mental. So if this is anywhere close to like what it is...
It looks far better than the V8 supercar.
Oh,
I'm just saying that.
Doesn't it?
It looks mean.
It does. Like, it is unbelievable. Like, and so is the price tag. So I think it was $300,000 US
oh, God.
For one of them. So it's like 600 over here. That's if we'll get it. But I highly doubt that we'll get it over here. But I love it. I love it that Ford producing this wild car, and then there's like the wild. They've gone back to the V8 in the Raptor as well, and then the Raptor R. So like the trucks are still like going like mad V8s and petrol cars because we love to hate the electric stuff. And I mean, I'm all for the hybrid thing, but I think that's something that could work, but not pure electric. It's just garbage and they're junk. So I'm so pumped that, you know, Ford have built this car and it's taken them a fair amount of time. But I think they want to go back to Le Mans they want to go to Le Mans with that car as well. And, you know, with the history with the GT40 and stuff like that. But it is a pure driver's car and it just looks amazing.
It's funny. I remember watching episodes of Top Gear back in, I'd say like 2013 and 14, and Jeremy Clarkson saying this is the end of the V10s and the V8s and lamenting the fact that everything's going the way of electric or electric assisted. And then companies, as you just said, putting V8s back in trucks, building these sort of things. Yeah. Maybe it's not. Let's hope it's not.
Let's hope it's not because electric isn't the way. No. It is like, it's worse for the environment, people. Come on, if you're worried about the environment, just go buy a V8. Like, you're doing less damage. Seriously. So, I know I sound like I'm having a bit of a laugh, but I'm not. I'm serious. The electric cars do more damage than good. But, hey, I am loving that these car companies going back to the V8s. I'm pretty sure the Mercedes C63, the new one's just come out, and I think it's a 4-cylinder. Oh. C63 is like the V8. It's supposed to be the V8 model.
Yeah.
That 63
6.3 litre.
means the
No?
Yeah. Well, it was.
It was originally.
Until they went to the V8, the 4.4 twin turbo.
4-cylinder. Come on. What is this?
I know. It's still petrol, which we love, but you know, the C63, the 63 always meant something outrageous. So, like, and I've got to look it up again, but like, there might be like whispers that they're going back to a V8 in their C63 car.
So the 2024 Mercedes AMG, so the AMG version, C63, 4-cylinder. How is he getting 680 horsepower from a 4-cylinder?
Well, that's turbos. I mean, the 4-cylinders, they do make good power if you wind them up, but it's just not the same.
No, it's not the same.
You always look out for a C63. Like if you see like a flash Mercedes coming past or an E63 or something like that, you know, they've got a whistle, like a turbo whistle, and they've got a bark like they're choking on a lion or something, you know?
Yeah.
So like...
Good description.
Yeah. Well... The old ones was like, you know, the naturally aspirated one. That if I'm going to buy a C63, I'm buying a C63 wagon with the naturally aspirated it's actually a 6.2 litre. That's a car I buy. They're not overly fast, but straight out of the factory, that's a car you can put a set of wheels on, nice and low, nice suspension, make it sort of handle a little bit better, and that's a car you can drive daily.
And go for a cruise on the weekend when you got nothing to do.
Exactly. Flog it through the hills.
We'll take a quick break here.
When you get suspended for 3 weeks and you want to beat on something.
We'll take a quick break here on Driving with Dixon. All thanks to Louver House. We'll be back shortly. Before we get to some of the questions, how's your shed going? I love a shed update.
Yeah, it's actually going well. I've got the power board got hooked up yesterday, which is
power.
great. Not yet.
Oh, okay,
not
sorry.
yet. So just the board, and like we've done the underground. So then the council have got to come along and sort all that sort of stuff out. So they're scheduled to do that next week. Next week, maybe. Yeah, whenever. I want to sort of talk about my shed down in Welland. Okay. So the Cars and Creators sort of warehouse. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. Because I've got my other shed up here, and you know, like renting a shed like that, it costs money, and obviously you can rent out the space for shoots and stuff like that as well. But I'm kind of leaning on the what to do with it, if I can hire it out or whatever like that. But I love the idea. I've always had this idea of having a huge space up in the hills, coffee, and similar to what I do. So I'm thinking about making a little trial run here and having a coffee and toasted sandwiches place at the Welland shed, and I'm meeting with some people in the next couple of days about like what I have to do to go through that. But then also some mates over in Melbourne, the Full Boost guys, if you want to check them out, they're on YouTube, Full Boost, and their Instagram stuff, have just opened their own garage. That's a car community garage. It's called Full Boost Garage, and they have just a bunch of hoists and a bunch of tools, and you can hire it out on a $45 an hour to go and work on your cars.
That's cool.
So if you're just getting into it and you need some help, there's going to be people there that can help you as well. Like, it's such a good car community thing. And I love the car community, and I'm always trying to get back to those guys and do some stuff to the car community and offer a bunch of different stuff. And because the car community here in Adelaide is huge, like to be able to have something like that where, you know, you've got a set of springs, like you've just bought a lower, like off marketplace, you bought a set of lowered springs or coilovers, and you've got one jack, and you're sort of pumping up one wheel at a time. You pay $45. It's an hour, literally an hour job to do like springs or something like that. Or you've got an exhaust. Like Lockie Jones just bought another car. Lockie. And he put a new exhaust on the ground. And I said, just go to the shed. Your other car is on the hoist already. Move that off and go there. And he's like,
Lockie.
I got impatient. But like, that's the thing. It's like, and then you've got tools. They do it like they have, you know, King Chrome on board, and they've got all these tools, and it's just such a great idea. So maybe going to steal their idea and potentially not steal it. I mean,
make it your own.
Make it my own, because I still want to have a cafe, toasted sangers, and a bit of a hangout. I've got some big blank walls, get some spray paint and get some murals done up, some DWD logo. So DWD Garage, even though it's Chuck's Garage. Just coming up with names and whatever. But I think it'd work, and it'd be a cool hangout. I want to rip the trees out the front, which I've spoken to the landlord. He said, you do whatever you want.
Nice.
I think there's, you know, opportunity. I mean, everyone sort of knows where I am already, even at my house. People always beeping at me when they see me out in the yard. I think there's an opportunity to have like a car hub, build something that I can have my merch and sell my merch in if people want to come in and get some merch so they don't have to do it online. Get a coffee, get a toasty, and just hang out, or have good Wi-Fi. just the key things.
Yeah.
And then you can see if someone's in there using the photo shoot booth, you can watch them. Or if we put a car on display for the week, come and check out what car we got in there during the month or a couple of weeks. I think there's plenty of opportunity to open up to the people and be able to use the stuff as well. Like, I think it could work if we get the right stuff happening. So that might be something moving forward.
Plans on the way. Nice. Now, before we do wrap up, got some questions sent in as we normally do on your socials. We'll crack into them. Shane O. Wilson just bluntly saying, will you stay in South Australia after your footy career?
Absolutely. Yeah, this is home for me. I'm locked in.
How long you been here now?
9 years. 9 years.
Far out.
I'm pretty sure. 2015.
Yeah.
I moved here, end of 2015. Yeah.
Wow.
I'm trying to, grow driving with Dixon and the business side of it and turn it into a job whenever football's done. Whenever that is.
Caleb Robinson, what's the next car meet or show? Absolutely loved the Woodstrip event. The turnout was amazing. Woodside airstrip. I should say.
So I'm actually looking at doing a Cars and Creators very soon. So they take not that long to organise. So probably the next couple of weeks, I'll potentially be holding something at the shed soon. So keep listening, and we'll let you know.
Justin, what are your plans after you retire? Well, you're building.
We're building. Basically just try and do as much of the car stuff as possible. I'm not too sure about the football side of things, like if I'm sort of really passionate about coaching or anything like that. But, I'll just assess my options and that whenever it sort of comes to it. But I'm sort of headfirst into the car stuff and this driving with Dixon. I'm probably spending more money on it than I should. But I'm trying to make this work. This is my passion. This is my love. And this is what I want to do.
Neil, now you have an F truck. There are a few of us who go on cruises. Would you want to join a cruise?
Sure, absolutely.
Cruises.
We love cruises. As long as there's food involved afterwards. I'm down. So, hey, and if you want that cruise heads up to the hills, it's nowhere down in Adelaide. It's sweet. I suppose I can go to the beach or do something like that. But, hey, I'm all about the Lobethal Beer House at the moment. Got some amazing wings. Best in Adelaide, I reckon.
Honestly, Mayor of the Adelaide Hills right here.
Yeah.
Lastly, as well, before we wrap up, Auto Control. When is Jack riding a bull?
That is a very good question, Aldo. Thank you for sending that one in. We might be riding a bull this Sunday.
Oh.
Not we, as in me, as in Jack. So for you guys that don't know, I've got a video coming out where I gave all my degenerate mates a run down the strip in the speed challenge at my Dragon with Dixon event. The winner got to choose where we go to dinner, and then the loser had to pay for dinner. And we were going to Meat and Wine Co. And Jack just got back from Bali, and he's saying, I can't afford that. And we sort of threw out there, you got to ride a bull if you don't want to do that. And he's like, I'll ride the bull. No, I want to ride the bull. And so he's all about riding the bull.
I feel like he's too keen to ride a bull.
Yeah. And so I think we found one. It's a little bit of a trek, but that's pretty much... Hopefully we can get that done this Sunday, get it filmed, and get that video back to you guys because that'll be hilarious. And then if he rides a bull, I'll pay for dinner wherever we are. So that's what we're doing.
Stay tuned. Thanks again to Louver House, the leaders in transforming your outdoor space into a great entertainment area with an opening and closing roof. Charlie, good luck this weekend.
To the boys.
To the boys,
good
that's
luck
right.
To the boys.
Taking on the Saints. We need to win. Come
that's
on, Port.
We love Etihad, Marvel,
whatever it's called these
Telstra
days.
Dome, whatever it is.
Colonial Stadium.
We love playing there. Nice and fast. Come on, boys.
Stick around. Leith Forest coming up after the 7 o'clock news.